Hi YMCA family, welcome to the Ultimate Fitness Community's virtual studio. I'm Christy and this is Recovery Stretch. All right, we're gonna go through 3 parts today: mobility, stretch, and then a recovery right at the end. All right, so we're gonna start with feet planted, coming to standing right under the hips. We're gonna take a big inhale, reach the arms up. And we're gonna open the right arm, take a bend towards the right. Sort of unfolding, still reaching our left arm up as high as we can. We're stretching out and lengthening along our left side. Inhale, come back up. Other side, exhale. Open the arms, hanging over to the side, creating space on that right side. Inhale, alternating sides. 1 more each. Open, looking down, and rise back up. Last one to the left, open, side bend, and up to the top. Take those arms wide. Give yourself a little hug. Hug the body. Step the feet a little bit wider. We're gonna roll the upper body, creating some movement in the thoracic spine. So we're gonna inhale over to the right, side bend. Let the head be heavy. Roll forward. And rolling up to the left. Coming back to the top. Other side. We're gonna go left side over. Round and roll forward. Really kind of pulling on the shoulder blades to pull them forward. And back to the top. Other side. Roll around and around. And up to the left. Over. Big circle. And up. Good. Let that go for a second. We're going to turn a little bit sideways. I want your knees not locked, but just a little bit unbent or a little bit bent. You're going to lengthen the spine. Reach the arms forward. We're gonna hinge at the hips, right? Hinging here, reach the hands like they're gonna touch the toes, and then flat back, rise back up, using your glutes and hamstrings to rise. Again, leaning forward, long spine, reaching down, and rise back up. You may only be getting about halfway down. That might mean you have to bend the knees a little bit more. I really wanna emphasize the movement of hinging from the hips. When we're building mobility and motion in the hips, in the back, but mostly in this deep hip flexion here, right? We're not bending at the waist, we're bending at the hips. Rise back up. Let's take it a step further. We're gonna hinge forward. I want you to either lock onto your big toes or hold underneath your feet or your shoes, and you're gonna drop your hips as low as you can, keeping the heels down, keeping the chest up, and then rise back up. We're gonna go hips lift and rise back to standing. Again, we lean forward, going for that toe lock, lower the hips down, lift the chest up, lengthen the spine, hips lift, and rise. Just 1 more. Lean forward, go for the hook, lower the hips down, lengthen the spine, lift the hips, and rise back up. Nice. Just getting some deep motion in the hip joint. We're gonna take the right leg back behind us. We're in a lunge. Left knee bends, sitting nice and tall over top of our hips. Arms out to a T. We're gonna do a little spine rotation over the hips. Maybe get some hip flexor or quad stretch. Also some spine mobility, arms out wide. We're gonna rotate to the left first. Closing, rotate. Keep those arms straight out from the shoulders. Back to the center and to the right. Rotating. Only as far as the shoulders and ribs will rotate. Maybe looking to the right and back to center 1 more time. We rotate, sink a little deeper to the left as far as you can and center. Being careful that your arms aren't going further than the shoulders, right? I'm not letting my arms swing. Keep them straight out. Look, use your eyes, look over to the right, back to center and coming up. Shake that out for a second. We're gonna go the other side. Right leg forward this time, left leg back. We're sitting in this lunge and we're looking for some hip flexor length here, right? So I'm not just bent knee, I'm now leaning forward. Right, I wanna be right on top of my hips, arms out to a T. We're gonna rotate to the right first, rotating to the right, carry the rib cage and the shoulders as far as you can. Look with the eyes. Balance. If you're having trouble with balance today, you can use a wall or a table next to you to help support you. To the left, continue that rotation. Keep looking to the left. You may feel that hip flexor open up even more. If so, sink a little deeper. Back to center one more time. Rotating to the right. Look over the right and center. Last time to the left. And good, back to center, coming up to rise. We're gonna turn forward. Last little shoulder thing standing. Flip the palms. We're just gonna crisscross the arms. Let them swing. Creating some space in the shoulders and the chest. 2 more. Last one. We're gonna take the palms forward. I want you to continuously spiral the arms as you do a circle. So you're gonna lead with the thumbs up, spiral, reach the pinkies back, control as far wide, big circles as you can make. Thumbs forward. Slow rotation here to reach back as far as you can. Last one. Rolling forward, spin it out, reach back. Let's reverse it from here. Thumbs lead behind you. Palms are open. Lift the thumbs. Spiral the pinkies forward. Keep reaching as far as you can. Good. A controlled range of motion. We're building strength in where we just created some space and mobility. Last one. Thumbs back. Right? It makes it workable range of motion. Good. And release. Nice. We're gonna stand at the end of our mat, do a little roll down to continue our mobility portion of class. Standing tall, take an inhale. We're gonna exhale, drop the head forward, round to roll forward. Heavy body like a rag doll in the upper. Knees can bend softly. We're gonna just take a hang for a moment. Knees bent or straight. With each exhale, that upper body gets even heavier. And roll back up to standing. Nice and slow. Restacking the spine right on top of the hips. Head is last to arrive. Let's repeat that one more time. Inhale, standing tall, head gets heavy. Drop the head forward, let the shoulders round forward. Rounding the spine. Knees can bend softly, or you can keep them straight for even more hamstring attention. And just hanging for a moment. Inhaling deeply into the stretch. And exhale to relax and deepen. One more breath. Inhale. And exhale. We're gonna walk the hands a little forward until we're in a down dog position. All right. Finding your downward dog position, let the heels just reach down, lengthening the backs of the legs, stretching out the calves and the hamstrings. We're gonna do a little walk, so it takes some coordination. We're gonna take right hand, left leg. We're gonna take a small step forward. Left hand, right leg, same thing, a small step forward. We're gonna do this until we reach the top of our mat. It'll take us about 4 steps. And last one, left comes forward. Let's reverse that. Left hand, right leg is gonna take a step back. And we're gonna try and work with as straight of arms and legs as we can, transferring our weight from one foot to the other. One more step, we're gonna reverse, coming forward. So by doing these little shifts, we're creating some stability in the torso to move more efficiently. And we're also getting into some more deep stretches in the calves and the hamstrings. We're gonna reverse back. Good. Letting the weight shift side to side. Good. And walk the hands forward a little bit, coming back to the center of our mat. All right, we're gonna go for a twist. So we're gonna bend our knees nice and deep. I want you to let your knees roll to the right. So I'm gonna let my hips spin. Let my knees roll as far as I can go. They're gonna drop a little bit. Once I can't go any further, I'm gonna let my right arm lift off and take a little look to the right. Replace the hand back down, lift the hips up. Same thing to the left. Legs lead. Let the knees bend. Go as far as you can until you feel like that left hand wants to lift off. And then let it go. Take a little look. Other side. A little bit quicker. Lift the hips up. A twist, twisting through the spine, stretching out the lats, and creating space in our spine in this twist. Right, this is functional. We don't just move side to side, up or down in our lives, right? We do some twisting. It may not look exactly like this, but you can apply this motion. Right? So then when we do these twists in real life, we don't hurt anything, right? We don't feel any twinges or pain. We can just move. Good. And last one, legs to the right, hip sits, lift that arm up, and set the hands down. Set the knees down for a moment. Just sit the hips back. Take a small child's pose just to wash that off for a moment. Giving the wrists a break. Pressing back up onto the knees. We're gonna roll through the spine in our downward dog to our hands and knees. So walk our hands a little bit forward of the shoulders. Press up onto the toes. Lift into your long downward dog. So it's a little wider than we were during our bear walks. I'd like you to roll through your spine. Allow your knees to bend until they touch the mat. You can set them down. And then push the hips forward. Unroll the body into a cobra or an upward dog variation. Roll back down. Drop the head. Round and roll through the spine. Lift the hips. Deep hip flexion here until you lift and extend into your flat back. Repeat that. We're gonna roll through the spine. Let the knees drop. Let the hips pour forward. Extend the spine. Inhale. Let the head lead. We're gonna roll back. Deep hip flexion here. Press into the toes, stretching out the bottoms of the feet. Extend the spine. One more time, bend the knees, round to roll. Unfurl into your cobra. Head leads. And rolling back through. Lift the knees and extend the legs. Nice job, everyone. We're gonna set the knees down to go into a thread the needle. Inhale, right arm, lift it up to the sky and thread underneath that left arm all the way. Set the right shoulder down. We're gonna take this left arm, send it over the head, fingers like a tent. We're gonna use that as leverage to roll your left shoulder back. If this feels like enough for you, I want you to stay here. If you're looking for a little bit more today, extend your left leg, pressing into the toes. See if you can look a little further. Pull that knee back in. Take the left hand back next to the face and press back up onto all fours. Other side, we'll inhale, lift the left arm up, spin the chest towards the ceiling, and give it a thread underneath. Left shoulder down, looking to the right. Take the tent hands overhead. Spin the shoulders. When you're ready, if you'd like, you'll take that right leg back. Toes brace on the floor. Can you leverage a little more rotation in the spine? Good, staying here for another breath. Inhale and exhale. Bring that knee back down, bring the hand back in, and press back up onto all fours. All right, we're gonna take our toes, turn them back over, extend into our downward dog. We're gonna go into a little more hip mobility. Inhale, take the left foot off. We're gonna step the left foot to the outside of the left hand, but bring that knee in, step it up as far as you can, getting into the lunge. We're gonna take left elbow, reach on the inside. We're going world's greatest stretch. Left arm extends to the ceiling. And bring the hand down. Step back into your downward dog for the other side. Right leg, we step forward. Elbow reaching down towards the inside of the right foot. Lift, right arm up, twist, and back. Left, right foot back, left side, here we go. Step it up. Inside, lift and extend. Bring that hand down and step back. Right side. Mobilizing in the hip joint. Stretching out the glutes and the hamstrings. Hip flexors. Last one on the right side, stepping forward, reach that elbow in, extend it up, step it down, and back to your downward dog. Nice, bring the knees down to the mat. Great job. All right, we're gonna come to face forward to go into our 90-90, or what they call shin box exercise. All right, so we're gonna start. I have my right leg in front of me, bent. My left knee is facing towards the front. And bringing the shoulders more forward, right? So our left leg's gonna feel like it's an internal rotation. We're gonna change sides. Switch over to the other side, keep those hands back, but press into the floor to lift the chest. I call it 90-90 because we want the right leg and the left leg to be at about a 90-degree angle throughout the exercise. Trying to move the legs simultaneously, internal to external rotation. We're working the whole joint, that whole ball and socket joint of the hip. We don't want to miss any area, right? Because the areas that we don't use in our body, they create tightness, right? They create some resistance. So exercises like this really lubricate and roll that joint around to create some space. All right, let's take the hands off. Same exercise. You can always take those hands back behind you. All right, so now we're building a little more active strength, right? We just got the mobility, we freed it up, and now we're going to use our muscles to make that happen on its own. One more time each side. It's okay if you feel yourself traveling a little bit. I know I am. All right, keep that right leg in front of you, 90-degree angle. We're just gonna face towards that leg, roll that left hip down to face towards your right shin. You can take a little lean forward. Feeling that stretch on the outside of the right hip. Good, we're gonna go back to that muscle activation, right? Back to using the muscles to gain and access that mobility. So we've got our right leg behind us. You're gonna try and lift your bottom part of your leg up, your foot and your shin, and lower it back down. You may not be able to lift very far, that's okay. We're just increasing our internal rotation on the right leg and developing the muscles around that socket to be able to access that internal rotation. 2 more. And last one. Good, changing sides. Roll the legs over. And we'll start by just holding this position. Right hip is rolled forward. You're welcome to just stay here and enjoy this stretch. Or if you want to go a little further, we're going to go into the shin lift on the right leg. Lifting up and lower down. You want to come up and just have a micro hold and then lower back down. Good, 2 more. Keep that spine long. And last one. All right. We're gonna move into a lift from our 90-90 or from our shin box. So keeping the hips towards the back of your mat, you're gonna roll the legs to the right, press onto the shin, see if you can press up and lift the hips to almost a standing position on your knees. Let's go the other side. Rolling over, with or without the hands, press up and lift. Good, keep those arms in front of you if you can. Right, really actively asking those muscles to work through this whole range of motion. And we're gonna get more out of our stretches if we find ways to activate the muscles in those ranges of motion after we create some space. Our muscles will remember that range. Last one to the left. Roll over and press. Good. All right, come to seated sideways, taking the legs in front of you. Let that go for a moment. We're gonna bend our right leg. You could also do this seated in a chair if sitting on the floor is not comfortable for you. Sit nice and tall. We're gonna take our left hand on our right knee, and we're just gonna take a hold, a static stretch, looking over our right shoulder in this twist. Already noticing how we have a little more freedom in our rotation in our spine than what we did when we started class today. back to center. Other side, left foot plants. Hug that left knee in with the right arm and looking over the shoulder on the left. And coming back to center. Good. We're gonna come to face the front on your right knee, and you're gonna take your left foot out to the side. So we wanna sit in sort of this open position. If you're not able to sit all the way down on your right heel, you'll start in a half kneeling position like this, okay? You can do the whole exercise, the whole mobility sequence from this position as well. I am gonna show it from the lowered position. With your right hand down, we're gonna inhale, reach your left arm, kind of sweep it in front of you and rise and just press up, getting a nice big stretch along the left side, this top side of the body. Right, we're using a similar position to that 90-90 that we had before. We're gonna drag that left hand forward, sweep it forward. This is the stretch. We're gonna reach, feeling the lat and the QL in the back, stretching out, reach as far as you can forward. As if you're trying to grab something at the corner of your mat. Stretching out the groin, inner thigh on the left. Pass forward, through, side bend, and draw forward, reach, pushing your weight into your left foot. Really lean into this foot, building ankle mobility. Good. Reach up and over. This is really a multi-functional exercise, multifunctional mobility. Reach. And you're really trying to reach as far forward as you can and reach out to the left. Press into that left foot. Last press up and over and come to center. Changing legs. Switching sides. We're gonna take that right foot up. So I'm trying to start in a nice open position. Again, you can do this from here. The motion will look like this, okay? Or from seated. Here we go, we're gonna inhale, reach up and over, press onto the right foot, take it side bend, stretching out the side of the body on the right, sweep that arm forward, reach towards the corner, and really press into your right foot, right? You'll see my knee is going towards my toes, stretching out the back of my calf and Achilles tendon. Reach up and over, exhale, reach forward, pressing into that foot, stretching the groin and the inner thigh, or we're up here, same thing. Inhale, reach, and reach forward. We're reaching to that corner, trying to grab something. One more time, up and over, and forward. And release. Nice job, everyone. Good. All right, we're gonna come to seated and lay all the way down onto our back for a deeper stretch. Making your way down to the mat. All right, we're gonna take our right leg, cross it over the left. We're gonna go into a figure four. We're entering the more stretchy, restorative part of class. So feel free to take nice deep breaths. Inhale, we're gonna exhale, bring those legs towards you. You can thread the hands underneath that left thigh if you'd like. So just deepen the opening in the right hip socket. Good. Letting the chest and shoulders relax. Slowing down in this portion of class. Good, and release your figure four. We're gonna cross our right leg just a little further over the left, so your knee is more on the shin of the right leg. Step your left foot to the left about 4 inches, or maybe just to the outside edge of your mat, and we're gonna pull our right knee in towards our chest. Cross the knee and pull. We're stretching into our piriformis, right? A small muscle that crosses in the glute area. It can get really tight and cause a lot of issues in the body, a lot of pain in the hips and lower back. If you do a lot of sitting, that may get very tight. One more breath, inhale, and exhale. Good. We're gonna allow our legs to both fall towards the left. Pull them over even further. We can take the right arm out to the side and just let those legs fall. I want you to keep the right shoulder down. It's more about the twist in the spine. You still may feel some residual stretch in the hips. That is fine. Just breathing into this twist. And coming back to center, nice and slow. We're gonna hug the right knee in towards the chest, pull it in nice and close. And with our left leg, we're gonna lift it off the mat, and we're just gonna draw some circles with our left leg. So you're gonna let the leg be pretty relaxed, but you're gonna draw some circles with that leg. Just rolling it around in the hip socket. Try to keep the body pretty still. It's just the hip and leg that are moving. Circling to the outside, to the inside. You may feel some popping or cracking, that is normal. And release, good. Set that left foot down. We're gonna take the right leg up, and you can straighten that leg wherever, take it to wherever you can actually straighten it out, right? Where there's no bend left, nice and straight. And you're just gonna make small motions upward with that straight leg. It's gonna deepen into your hamstring stretch. Keep flexing the foot. You may get a little shaking, that's okay. Keep lifting it up. If you feel the quad or the hip flexor start to get tired or grip too much, you can release for a second and take it back up. Extend the leg. Actively using our hamstring stretching to build some muscle in that range of motion. Small motions. Just moving it up to where that stretch feels intense. And last one, a little forward and release. Good. We're gonna do a more passive stretch for the hamstrings. So you're gonna take the hands behind that right leg, or you can use a strap and extend that leg up using the arms to allow the leg to release and relax. Just pulling that leg towards you. You can circle the ankle a couple times if you'd like, or just hold it static. One more breath. And exhale, release. All right, we're gonna do that whole sequence on the other side. So we're gonna start with the figure 4. Left leg crosses over. We're gonna pull the right knee in towards us, interlace the hands behind the leg, or even grab onto that front leg to access a little more pull, a little deepening into the stretch. Keeping the back flat on the mat. Breathing into the stretch on the left hip. Releasing into the stretch. Pull it a little closer. Good, and set that right foot down. We're gonna cross the left foot over just a little bit further. Step the right leg out to the side a few inches, maybe to the edge of your mat. And we're gonna pull the left knee in towards you. Pull it in towards the chest. Finding the place where you can access some stretch in the glutes on the left side. And feel free to move around in your stretch, right? So you can really find the spot that you're getting the most out of it. Maybe you need to pull your knee in a little closer to the chest, or maybe it needs to pull over a little bit more. And one more breath, inhale. And exhale, we're gonna let the legs tip all the way over, extend that left arm out to the side, and just let the legs become heavy. Finding a twist through the torso. Looking the head towards the left. letting the body be heavy and relaxed. One more breath, inhale, and exhale, releasing back to the top. All right, we're gonna hug our left knee in towards our chest. And we're gonna work on some mobility in the right hip. So holding the left knee in, we're gonna let our left hip just sort of roll around. We're just loosening things up and noticing if this hip feels any different than the other side. Any tighter, any looser. Maybe more or less popping on this side. And one more circle. Setting that right leg down, plant the foot. We're gonna take the left leg, extend it wherever you can, find a straight leg. And you'll lift as high as you can to where you'll feel your knee want to bend, right? So I want you to work where you can keep that leg as straight as possible. You're gonna lift it up, and just little motions as far forward as you can, and then a little release out of it. A small motion forward into the stretch and release. A few more times, reaching forward and release. Exhale and inhale. One more. And release. Good, take the hands behind the leg. And we're gonna go into that passive stretch. Extending the leg and just pulling it towards you. Again, you can use a strap, a belt, sleeve of a shirt to pull on that foot and pull that leg in closer. Maybe circling the ankle a couple times. Pull it in a little more, deepen your stretch. And release. All right, we're gonna roll onto our stomach for a chest stretch. All the way over. And we're gonna take the arms out to a T position. We call this one scorpion. We're gonna take our left hand and pull it in right under our shoulder so our right arm is still out in that T. Bend your left leg. We're gonna kind of roll by pressing in with that left hand, roll yourself over. Maybe your left foot reaches the floor behind you. And we're opening up, feeling a stretch up along the pec on the right shoulder, across the right chest, looking over the left, holding for a breath, and roll back. Other side, right hand under the shoulder, left arm out to the T, bend that right leg, and take a little roll. Stretching along the pec on the left side. Back to center. One more each direction. Change hands. Taking a roll over. Stretch. This one can be really intense, so be gentle. And roll back. Last one forward. Bend the right knee and take a little roll. Adjusting the arm if you need to find that right position where you get the most out of the stretch. And back to center. We're gonna end on our stomach with a little cobra, taking the hands right under the shoulders. And inhale, press the bottoms or the tops of the feet down into the mat. Press your hip bones down. We'll inhale, look the chin upward, and press into a little lift. As high as feels comfortable for you and comfortable for your spine. And lower back down. One more time, a little press up. Inhale, pressing into the hands. Lift. And lower down. Nice job. We're gonna roll onto our backs to close class, ending with that recovery, reflection moment. all the way down. I'm going to choose to go into a butterfly to close today, but any leg position that is comfortable for you. It does not have to be a stretch. Placing the hands on the abdomen and on the chest. With each exhale, we allow the body to sink and melt into the floor. Relieving any tension that's left in the body. Giving the mind and the nervous system, the muscles, some time to recover, some time to restore. By giving our body and our muscles this type of attention, we're making available improvements in performance, just feeling better overall. Taking a few more deep breaths. And you're welcome to stay in this position as long as you'd like. If you'd like a longer rest, maybe a short meditation, one more breath, inhale and exhale. Nice job, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me for Recovery Stretch. I hope you have a great rest of your day. And remember, we are all stronger together.